Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of the Center Circle podcast. Seated right here is your host for today, Mr. Chappie Chase. And right here, I'm sitting with my brothers, Mr. Chooks, and please introduce yourself first, please.
Well, my name is Kelvin. Great to be here on the Center Circle
Welcome,
podcast.
bro. How you doing?
Welcome,
Good,
bro.
good.
I wish I could meet you there, but then chop knuckle.
Still chop it. Still
Everywhere
chop
good, everywhere good. Well, as you can all see, I am seated in the position where Mr. Patrick was seated or used to sit. Well, but today, as we all notice, we don't have Mr. Patrick here on set. He's still celebrating the Manchester United win over City. And I think he's taking himself on vacation because he never believed United would win anything. I mean, so we understand he's enjoying his vacation, whatever. I mean, he's trying to recover from the old hangover.
Yeah.
But very soon he'll be back and he'll be joining us on the Center Circle podcast. So today I am taking the mantle from him as the host.
Sure.
And I'm still here with my brothers, just like I said. Mr. Chooks is already a familiar face. And our new brother here. So everywhere good, everywhere nice. So not to kill much of your time, let's head straight to the conversation. Exactly.
Let's go.
Now the Euros, my brothers, is ongoing currently. We have so many great goals. We have so many great talents, so many great footballers, managers, tactics. We've seen everything, the fans and everything. What do you guys have to say about the ongoing competition, the Euros?
Kevin, you want to go first? Or?
I think I should go first, right?
Oh,
It's
okay,
not
yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, the games, they've all been crazy. Like, for me, the first round of games, I think it was Turkey against Albania.
Yeah.
That game was really, really massive. Really crazy game, end-to-end game.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. I think the AFCON happened this year, right? January this year.
Yeah, exactly.
The AFCON was also fantastic. So the Euros were like, oh, AFCON guys are making a whole lot of noise.
So let's-
Now let's give them back. But one thing that really caught my attention is the kind of goals they've been scoring, my guy. It's been crazy out of the box from everywhere.
Exactly.
Like, amazing players. Like, you look at the Euros and you just feel, Mbappe said something before the Euros that it seems the Euros is a bit tougher than the World Cup. I want to try and begin to kind of like, because you look at the World Cup and you see countries like Nigeria, Ghana.
Yeah,
A
true.
country like Albania, you don't expect anything from them, anything major from them, but you watch their game, like you see their players, you look at the players and you see the way they come out, display, they don't really, care if you're a big boy, you play in the Prem, you play in the La Liga. I'm playing in Czechoslovakia, but I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Then I can come out and stand head to head with you. So it's been amazing. I really enjoy it. I can watch the Euros all day. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been entertainment. It's been entertainment galore at the Euros. So,
Personally,
Chooks,
for me, like you said, it's been a very interesting competition so far. Germany has lived up to the billing so far, winning their first two games. And we're seeing fantastic play from Musiala, Nigerian
Jamal.
blood.
yeah.
They're
Come on.
doing very, very fantastic. I mean, it just shows you how much. Again, I'll speak about the Nigerian talents that are playing in this particular Euros. There's a whole lot of Nigerians playing in the Euros, from Eberichieze to Akanji to Musaila to Okafor. I think for Switzerland,
Yeah,
and
Okafor.
Eboye
For
for
Switzerland. And there's
England.
Folarin Shaw with Italy.
Yeah.
With Italy. So many fantastic players from Nigerian descent. Although David Alaba is not playing for Austria, but he's there
To motivate.
to support.
Yeah.
I mean, as a non-playing captain, it just gives for us Nigerians watching the Euros, another layer of excitement to watch out for. Now, of course, all eyes are on England. It's just, I have a lot to say about England, but I'll leave it when we dive into the matter.
So talking about the competition itself, we've had, just like you said, we've had great goals. I mean, the outside stunners, those long range shots, those are things we've missed in football. Because all of a sudden, if you notice, for the past 5 years, or should I say past 10 years, the whole footballing world have been stuck to this tiki-taka pattern of football where everyone wants to put the ball on the ground and be so careful until you get into maybe the 8th yard before you shoot. But I'm surprised
We're seeing very long range.
We are seeing long range. I mean, look at the one from Gola, the Madrid wonder boy.
Other Gula.
The one, yes, the one he took. I mean, that's to me that I think that's my most favorite goal of the competition.
Did you see
To me,
Did you see the one that Shaqiri goal? No, I think the Shaqiri goal was kind of like
Did you see the
you saw the
Shaqiri
ball
goal?
coming, just like
Oh,
it's just.
I mean,
that's just
yeah, I
Shaqiri.
mean,
Come
maybe
on,
that's your
man.
opinion, but the reason I went for
your
that
opinion
was
is valid.
Your
yeah,
opinion is valid.
the reason
No,
I went
his
the
opinion
reason
is
I went
no.
for
His opinion is
Is he a Madrid fan?
no. The reason I went for Gola is because check his age, check the fact that he was injured for a long time. He came back. I think this is his first international competition with Turkey, and then giving that banger from outside, it is just spectacular. I mean, Shaqiri has been doing this almost all his life. He has been scoring bangers. In fact, there's an urban legend that says you don't see Shaqiri play football until it's time for international competitions.
But yeah, I mean,
You understand? So
the guy for Serbia also, Mitrovic.
Mitrovic,
has really also done very great with his team, and you could see how the last game they played with Slovakia, they won 1-1 draw. That's also a very, very interesting and intriguing game so far in this competition, where Serbia equalized in the last, basically the last kick of the game from that corner. Great match, and like I think I'll go with Mbappe when he says
I'm still not going to go with him though.
The Euros. I mean, apart from
when
the
you
fact that
face
it's
South
the
American
world,
side, you understand what
brother,
football is
what-
about.
brother.
But another thing I noticed is the passion. You know, the passion they showed. You know, playing for their national team.
yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
The way they go all out, like these guys are different from their club sides. The way they play for the country, is just
the way you
different.
play for your club badge is different from the way you play for your national team badge.
I
Nigerian
won't say
players
that
can't
in
relate.
Nigeria. I won't say that.
No, definitely. We'll get back to the Nigeria scenario. I mean, there's a lot that has happened in the Nigerian footballing scenario. We'll get back to that. But, okay, the Euros. Now, I have a very important question to ask, and I need you guys to be very honest with your answers, okay? Now, which team are you backing?
I mean, so far, I think I'm leaning towards the Germans. The Germans seem to be the most compact team so far in this competition, and with bearing any upsets, they look very, very poised and ready to actually lift the trophy on home soil. Forget whatever every other person thinks and all that. Forget about sentiment and all that. Let's talk about from the series of games we've even watched.
Okay.
They look the most prepared team to lift the trophy. So if Germany wins it, I won't be surprised.
Okay.
I think I'll always go with France. Like I'm really passionate about France. I support France a lot. But another thing is, if I'm looking at the number of players, the number of star-studded. If I'm looking at Portugal, right, they've got star-studded team. They are like the best team in the competition.
Okay.
But we're yet to see it translate to the pitch, right?
Yeah.
But they have the best team, but I always still go with France because I feel they have this magic. They've won the World Cup before. They've got Mbappe. Their defense line is amazing. They've got Saliba. They've got Upamecano and Kante, of course, magic player.
Yeah.
So I always go with France.
For me, I second to your motion. I mean, France, to me, they've always been the favorites. I mean, the last World Cup,
Yeah.
the Euros before the World Cup, the Euros, even the one they got to the finals with where Portugal won them at the
2016.
finals. Exactly. I think France they are the most consistent team when it comes to international football.
True, I agree.
They've been very consistent. Their players are top notch. They have strong players. If
For
you
at
need
least 2 decades.
pacey, exactly.
For at least 2
If you need pacey
I'll
players,
just go with a decade because if you look at, you said 2016 they were
yes,
in the Euros
they've
final.
been
2018 they won the World
and
the
even
World Cup.
they were
2020.
yeah they got to the finals when Zinedine
Bro, let's start
final.
from 1998.
Yeah, I mean they've been awesome.
Let's not do history here.
But
They'll be awesome.
I'm a history man. I was there.
One thing
Were you
about me
there?
is
Yeah,
I have
Of course, I was there.
I just like you said again, I have a soft spot for Portugal.
Yeah.
I mean, for just one reason, maybe because they have this flair. They just have this kind of footballing ideology, especially with this their new manager, where they tend to play football from. They don't get to put all the balls up. They just play it on the ground and try to create chances. We know we've seen. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Diogo Jota, and a whole lot of amazing players. So I have that soft spot for them. I want them to go all the way. But if you ask me to place my money on any team, it's France.
Portugal better go all the way, especially with the Copa America just starting.
Yeah, just starting, right?
We all know that
the rivalry
is going to become a Messi
I was talking
Ronaldo
about that
rivalry again.
Exactly.
the
both of them. I think the both of them.
And it's just amazing that in this time and age, these two human beings are still very much talked about, But yeah, for Portugal's sake and for Ronaldo's sake, they better. But yeah, that's it.
Well, to me, I feel each time Ronaldo wakes up, the first thing that comes to his head is Lionel Messi. And when Lionel Messi wakes up, I think he thinks of Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo is having an international competition, and I'm having my. So I think they have to motivate each other to go head to head and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I think that's that for the Euros. In the past week, there were so many footballing controversies, especially regarding the Nigeria Footballing Federation and Osimhen and Finidi George. I mean, it's somehow a worrying issue, should I say, especially the Finidi George situation, where the media brought it out. They said Finidi George said allegedly that he can't force Osimhen to play for the national team, and then Osimhen came online and had this long outburst where he recorded himself on Facebook, I think Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was bashing the manager. He was bashing not only Finidi George. If there's not only Finidi George, he put on blast. If I no be Wahala, we don't do for house. They watch Super Eagles. The guy said Ogun give all of us. The guy voted para say Ogun will poison everybody. That was crazy. So I would love to I'd love to get you guys' view on that, because to me, Odiogu never reached my side. Maybe he's still roam around. I go sprinkle blood on Jesus my door, looking for no reach my side. So please, I would love to get your say. Do you think Osimhen was on the right or wrong, or do you think Finidi George was on the right or wrong? And his idea of resigning, do you think he came at the right time, or what's your thoughts?
First things first, I will speak about resigning. Should have resigned a long time ago. He has no business coaching in Nigerian football.
Oh wow!
Right. Right from when he was in what's it called?
Enyimba.
When he was appointed, I was very skeptical about his appointment. Then getting to the games, game 1, game 2, game 3, right? And you see a coach who is not willing to it doesn't even inspire any courage in terms of how. Look, have you listened to Finidi's post-match comments or interviews and everything? The man is just talking like a robot that was programmed to just. How do you see the game? Those kind of things that you talk on foreign TV. With the lads at this one and that and everything. There's no inspiration. It doesn't inspire any confidence from whether on the players or even as fans watching the game, watching the Nigerian Super Eagles play. You're not inspired. You don't think that this person has learned from his mistake and they're going to come back next time. The man is going to tell you that's football. Football is this. We cannot play more than we are playing now. We just. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And you expect a coach who is at the brink of losing Nigeria's best chance of qualifying for USA, Mexico, Canada World Cup.
Yeah.
A World Cup that is so very pivotal to me because I want to be there.
True.
And now I'm not going to be in America because one man who doesn't know how to take responsibility right? So him resigning for me should have happened a long time ago. It shouldn't have, for me, it shouldn't have been appointed in the first place. But thank God he has resigned. I hope he has not done enough damage that we cannot redeem ourselves from. However, I'll also speak about the controversy with Osimhen. Personally, for me, I feel like Osimhen um, obviously was reacting to something he must have heard, right? Whether from media publications or from some things he may have heard from behind the scenes that we may not be privy to, because you're only privy to what you know. But I don't think he handled it the best way, right? But sometimes we'll see, you can't control how people react to things. Everybody is different, but I think he should have been a little more even if you more come out and speak, right? You should speak with some level of decorum, as a professional, right? Nobody says don't come out to air your mind or speak your mind and everything, but it's the way you communicate, and the whole essence of what you're trying to is not lost in just scoring viral points or dropping banger statements just
Quotable
to
quotes.
quotable. Nobody needs quotables at this time. You get, yeah. If you're angry, say something. Of course, I will not gag you, right? But in saying something, you also have to be professional about it.
Okay.
So I think I'll pick up from the Osimhen part, right? Osimhen needs to calm down, right? He needs to calm down. This is not the first time. So if you think, oh, this is the first time Osimhen is doing this, he's going all out for people, it's not the first time. I remember the first time it was with the Punch journalist, right? They wrote something about Maradona and it came out. Then the next one was in 2022, the World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, 2022. Victor Ekpeba said something about the overhead kick he wanted to do against Ghana. Oh, you should have done. You probably should have gone for a header instead of the overhead kick, right? That's a striker trying to advise you. The next thing you came out for Ekpeba this time around. So the Finidi issue, right? I read the story. Finidi was quoted like, "Oh, somebody said Finidi said." But what Finidi has said from like internal source was, "Oh, I'm not going to beg anybody to play for Nigeria." And journalists and clickbait trying to kind of like, "Oh, let's put Osimhen's name there and all." Osimhen kind of like thought he knew this was going to happen, right? Because even as Nigerians, that's why he sent the Ogun to you people, not me. That we're always going to come for Osimhen. Why is Osimhen not playing for us, right? Why is that every time? The other time it was 2018 AFCON, or it was not around? So like at a time will come where we'll be like, Osimhen had the opportunity to play 60 games for Nigeria and he's played just 25 games. We'll start questioning him.
Okay.
Maybe he's not patriotic enough, and that's why he made those videos, because he knows he's a Super Eagles fan, of course, so he knows people will come for him. But I think the outburst was not needed. You could call Finidi. Just call Finidi. Boss, you talk this thing. No, this is this thing.
No,
or
so
maybe I did not.
sorry
One
to
thing,
cut you
you
short.
see.
Yeah.
That's the reason why some coaches, I'll talk about Alex Ferguson, he does not trust the media. You rarely see him talk to the media because people can spin stories the way they want to spin it.
Again.
So you need to confirm from the horse's mouth, boss.
So my point is,
We spoke before. Why did you go out to say this? And the man will be like, "Oh, I didn't say that. Where did you see it?" So you saw a publication from not even a BBC, not a CNN, not an Athletic, and the next thing you are out.
If you ask me, I would say that the outburst was, I feel, he has been thrown under the bus for a couple of times. I mean, we saw what happened at the Nations Cup. He didn't get to score too many goals. So he was already criticized for his outing at the Nations Cup, which is Osimhen. So, and Napoli had a rough season. Most of the time, we have to check the psychological history of a particular person before we give judgment. He has had a rough season at Napoli. The Napolitan fans, they have always been on his neck. Oh, you guys are playing. I mean, a defending champion finishing the season at 10th position. It has been stretched. It has been a wild season for him. You understand? Now he's trying to play for the Super Eagles. He got injured. That affects the psychology too of any human being. You've had a rough outing at the Nations Cup. You go to the club side, your team is not playing real good, and then it's time for the World Cup qualifiers. You're injured. This whole thing can affect the psychology of any human being. And then guess what happens? that statement came out, I feel he's human enough. That is why I say something. Sometimes we just need to check what someone has been through before we can give our judgments. The manager, let's say the manager said something about, maybe they asked, maybe when he made that statement, they asked him, what about Osimhen? And maybe the manager, out of not thinking in a professional, maybe he lost his professional thoughts.
"I can't beg
And he
anyone
just
to
said,
play for me."
look, I can't beg Osimhen to play. Maybe the manager thought it's just a minor injury, or maybe it's just a little, knock on his knee or something. Maybe he was just spitting out of the fact
Another
that...
thing you need to understand is this manager also plays football to the highest level.
Yeah. I mean,
So
he
when
doesn't...
you tell him, I have a growing injury, you probably feel you can get injected and play because
exactly.
one, you have 1 full month. The Euro is on, so you have 1 full month to rest.
You understand?
Why can't you just sacrifice this?
So those are the things I am talking about. Where, okay, now let's say the managers made a statement like that, and then the journalists who were there, they said, man, maybe he's talking to Osimhen. And then when the story came up, Osimhen saw it and was like, what's this man saying?
Just took his phone.
Just took his phone, went live. We all have to understand that he wasn't in a good place initially. It's just like somebody losing a family member, for example, for context, someone losing a family member, and then the person lost his job, and the person's car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, and then you come to me, the person start telling him some kind of stuff. The person have had so many accumulated anger and everything inside him. So I felt he just wanted to explode and let the whole thing come out and just be himself. Okay, so I think that's what he did.
Now that he has exploded, so the next thing should be...
Should
he be punished?
Okay, I feel the next thing.
If you just leave it that way, that it's Osimhen, unless because we need him.
It will give other players
the leverage.
What he should do is he should apologize to the NFF, to Nigerians, because that Ogunwe said once. He should apologize to Nigerians. He should apologize to NFF. Then maybe apologize to Finidi. Yes, because although to me, I feel Finidi should be more responsible of the national team. You've lost 2 games. Okay, I think you lost 1. You drew 1. Mm-hmm. You've not been having great outing at these World Cup qualifiers. Infusing another player's name or putting the blame on another player who is not even in your squad, it is just too low. You should take rest. You should tell yourself this is the difference between international coaches. I mean, I saw so many tweets. Nigerians were saying, Osimhen would not have tried it if it was another international coach or anything. It doesn't matter. An international coach wouldn't go out of his lane to say, my player that was injured is the reason why we're losing games. No. Yeah. You take responsibility for it. You have so many. Nigeria has the best attacking options. You understand? So I just feel he could have made a better decision and done the right things. But moving on from that, we head straight to something that happened in the Nigerian Football League, Professional Football League. Mm-hmm. That was the match between Rangers of Enugu and Enyimba of Aba. Yeah. Where after, I think a penalty was called, which most fans felt it was not supposed to be called.
Not most fans, please be specific. The fans of Enyimba.
I mean, maybe some neutrals. There could be some neutrals.
Every neutral said it was a penalty.
Every neutral said it was a penalty.
Then
let's use most neutral because
exactly.
some people are like, Sporting Lagos neutral.
Yeah, so there's so many neutrals too. Yeah. So some fan base feel, or they felt that that should be a penalty, and some felt it shouldn't have been a penalty. Yeah. But it created a whole lot of great confusion and commotion in the stadium there, where, I mean, players were battered somewhere. There was so many violence going up in the pitch.
Not necessarily
I want to know exactly what you think about the situation that happened in that game.
First of all, for me, it was a very disgraceful outing by every standard. That game was supposed to be a very, very high-profile game for the whole season, especially because these are 2 teams that have very strong history with the Premier League, and at this time when Nigerian football needs all the best PR, right? That game was a perfect opportunity to showcase that acceptance of the Nigerian league by fans of Nigerian football, and that was what it was for I would say 89 minutes
No,
of that,
97 minutes.
97 minutes of that game until 1 minute of madness planted
Like,
all the good PR. I mean, the stadium was packed
the
full.
stadium was packed.
Packed full. I mean, there was an overflow because people all had to even stay
Bring
on the
down the
tracks,
pitch, yeah.
right? And I think that was what caused the recipe for that commotion that happened, where the I don't know how Enugu Rangers had been playing in that stadium for so long without all those um, things put in place, like barriers between the stands and the pitch and everything, especially in a country like Nigeria, so to speak, and where crowd control can still be an issue, right? That shouldn't have happened in the first place. And I think I blame the NPFL for not enforcing that standard, for the Enugu Rangers as far as their home match is concerned. However, speaking about the game itself and the decision itself, first off, it was a clear penalty, right? The player was clearly pulled by his jersey, right? It's sad. It's only maybe the timing that happened. Maybe if that penalty had happened in the maybe 60 something
70th
or
minute.
70th minute, I don't think a lot of issues eyeballs would have been raised. I think maybe the Enyimba fans would have thought that maybe they would have had a chance to. I mean, remember it was a make or mar game for
Both teams.
both teams. If Enugu if Enugu Rangers had won the game that day, they would have actually even won the league on that day. But that didn't happen because of how the game ended. We had this 10 million naira fine has been placed on Enyimba. I expect more sanctions as investigations come on, but that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Well, I'll just agree with everything you said, but I think security could have been better. Security is actually the prerogative of the host team, bringing police. See, this game was well advertised from both sides. Kanu Wanko, the chairman of Enyimba, I think he got 3 to 5 buses to bring people from Aba down to Enugu to watch the game. So you're expecting large number of turnouts. You should have tripled or quadrupled the number of security men there. Make sure, because it could have been a stampede. That's another thing we didn't consider. We only talked about the fact that there was violence, there was encroachment. We didn't talk about stampede. What if people had rushed to the stadium and they stepped on a couple of people and you're recording like 20 to 30 casualties? It would have been different. This is supposed to be one of the biggest games, apart from one of the biggest games, good publicity for the league. But it ended up being shambles at the end of the day after 97 minutes. I just felt going forward, right? The LMC, or what do they call them? It used to be the LMC. The name has been changed. Then
I mean, we don't know, but we know.
Yes. So I think going forward, they need to do something about sensitization. Talk to the fans before every game, if it's possible. Before every game, tell them there's something at stake, right? You want to win the league, right? This is the final game. Enyimba fans probably thought, okay, we're going to get a draw. We get a draw, then we still push to the next game and to the end. But in the end, I'm really sorry for them, but this should not be happening anymore. Hooliganism in football, hooliganism. And if you look at this season, for example, I think kudos to Sporting Lagos, what they've been able to do. They've been able to bring families back to the pitch. You look at shooting stars as well. People go with their 5-year-old kids to watch football. Before you go to the stadium and people are probably blasting, smoking everywhere, I think they've been able to curb that. People can now bring their families to the stadium. So with this happening, if you probably want to go to the stadium with your baby, you'll be like, is it not Enyimba that they fought, that they broke somebody's head? And that's what we're trying to discourage. So the NFF, the LMC need to do more to ensure that we don't get this thing. But I know you want to move, but hi, Sporting Lagos.
I mean, congratulations.
We're going to miss you guys. We're going to miss you guys.
Well, first of all, congratulations to
Enugu
Rangers for winning the league. I think the 15th.
No, 9th. No, 8th.
8th time.
Yeah,
8th time. Enyimba has 9. Enyimba is looking for La Decima.
Yeah. So shout out to Rangers for winning the league. It's really a club of history, right? And
Chooks, we don't hear you. Sporting Lagos.
I mean, I don't know what you want to hear from me, but Shout out to Sporting Lagos. Let's go Sporting.
We're going to miss you guys next
We
season.
hope that the season finale is coming up against Shooting Stars in Ibadan. It's a make or mar. First of all, shout out to Sporting Lagos for what they did against Enyimba on the last game. It was a game that they needed to win, and they were able to do that, which makes us be able to fight till the last day.
Well, Rangers, kudos to Rangers for winning the MPFL.
Yeah.
It's been a great journey for them, I think. I mean, Rangers, they've been... I've always heard about the team right from when I was a baby, Rangers. You know, back then I used to confuse them for Rangers of Scotland.
Yeah.
So back then
Yeah.
when Rangers
That
in
is
Scotland,
Glasgow.
were playing Champions League, I thought it was the
Bro, come on, man. Chappy.
I was a baby back then, man. I was a kid, so
Come on, man.
I
Chappy.
mean you can't
Come on, man. Chappy. Come on, man.
you can't blame me.
Come on, man.
So, but well, it's all good. Like I said, congratulations to Rangers. Kudos to them. They've had a great season.
And prayers up for Sporting Lagos.
And we hope those kind of incidents don't get to repeat itself again.
And congratulations again to Ikorodu FC.
Yeah, Ikorodu
Making it
FC.
to the see,
Amazing.
the producer is excited. I don't know if he's from
Is that Ikorodu FC?
That's his hometown. That's his
That's his
hometown.
hometown. Oh, now I get it.
Let's go Ikorodu FC.
Let's go.
What's their slogan?
Let's go Ikorodu FC.
Nah, that's so whack.
Worosi Woro.
Worosi Woro! Worosi Woro FC. I like that. But for real, shout out to Ikorodu FC for coming, for moving into the IPFL. New team
Yes,
team
bro.
also, just like Sporting Lagos.
Private team too.
Private team also.
Yeah.
So
We're getting there.
hopefully we get more private hands to come into football with management, money, and help
Change
just
the mentality.
change the
Football is not
mentality.
CSR.
Well,
bro.
Yeah.
hopefully we should have a lot of private investors in the league before the MPFL starts bringing up their own FFP rules. Before it will get to a point where there will be so many private investors, and then you will be forced.
FIFA will probably have 201 convictions.
Exactly. So imagine. So I mean, it's possible, but we're always praying for the growth of the Nigerian football league.
Yeah.
Now on to the next. The transfer news, the transfer market. Well, to me, now before I throw this question out to you guys, I feel this season's transfer market has actually been busy, not on the player side, but on the managerial side.
Yeah, true.
Ever since Jurgen Klopp
Managers
announced,
have been moving.
ever since Jurgen Klopp announced his departure from Liverpool earlier this season,
This man must insert Liverpool in one way or the other, bro. Man.
it has just created a domino effect.
It's not created
Where
anything. It's not created anything.
He created an effect for Liverpool.
For every
Everybody, my guy.
because so many
Good.
managers.
It's fine.
Now let me give an
How you
example.
work as teams?
Let me give you an example. Brighton manager left by himself. Xavi left by himself.
But we need. No, Xavi was sacked.
No, he wanted to leave.
So
Then they brought him back so they could sack
So
him.
don't do it, right? Sacking, don't do
so-
it. If you want to
but-
leave,
But it's,
Was he
don't let
sacked?
anybody beg you.
but I think it's mutual anyways.
Was this sacked?
It was sad, but I think
Yes.
it was a mutual feeling.
Is there anything like
No, I mean
sack?
Barcelona just
What's the-
wanted to
what's
have
the
that
mutual
feel like
sack?
okay, we sacked
What's the
him.
mutual sack?
Then we'll talk about Chelsea's manager too, Pochettino.
Talk
He
about
left.
serious teams, please. No serious.
Another rebuilding coach.
No serious team is changing their manager this season.
And then Dortmund manager too left, which we have to remember that.
Okay.
Then I mean, there's been so many managers that have
Alonso
left.
Is Alonso leaving?
He's still in his team.
Let's talk about
Did
serious teams.
Ancelotti leave?
Even the dead man, you did not pursue their coach.
It doesn't really
Please
matter.
talk
It
about
doesn't.
serious teams. I mean,
Let's talk about the real transfer players.
Okay, now back to it. There have been so many speculations on signings. I mean, from every team. So, please, first of all, I would love to know the team you support.
Why?
I want to know the team you support.
Oh, you want to enter me? I'm an
Yes.
Arsenal fan. No, shake your head. Shake your head, butlers.
Another one bites the dust. Why? I needed some. Oh wow. Wow. I mean, for the two Arsenal fans,
I was talking to Chooks
for the two
earlier, and I
Arsenal
said,
fans to have these cups in their hands.
I was talking with Chooks earlier, and I said, I love Osimhen, right? But I don't really want him to come to Arsenal.
Why?
From time immemorial, I've always bashed our strikers from maybe not Thierry Henry,
From
Robin
Giroud.
Van Persie, Shamak, Giroud, Adebayo. Why can't you bloody score that goal? I don't want to do that to Osimhen.
What's that white boy?
Bentner.
I think slap that guy.
You understand?
Nicholas
I don't want to slap. I don't want to. Osimhen.
No, if Osimhen was in my...
But I love him.
Which team do you think best suits Osimhen, Victor
Arsenal.
Osimhen? Arsenal.
Yes.
I don't agree.
I think so.
I don't agree. I
No,
don't think...
I
don't think...
Scores.
I don't think...
They're going to work for him. Osimhen just... Where's the food?
Well, you have an Odegaard in your team, so I think it will work for Osimhen if it comes.
I don't want Osimhen in Arsenal, personally, for me.
Well, another reason why Osimhen shouldn't come is because you have attacking wingers.
Come on, man.
Goal-scoring wingers.
They
So
might not pass him the ball.
Yes, now.
Exactly. So it will restrict his goals.
You become redundant.
You should go to Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea fits like where Osimhen.
Then I mean, we all remember the Real Madrid Mbappe love story. It has finally come to an end.
Yeah.
He has signed.
The world is in trouble.
I mean, the footballing world is in trouble. To me, I feel FIFA should ban teams from getting too many superstars.
Don't they have FFPs there?
Yeah, exactly. We need to have FFP for that because you can't have all the best player in your team, making the whole other team look useless.
I'm excited about the prospects of signing Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah. So sad we lost Sesko.
I mean, Victor seems like a very, very...
He looks prolific.
Lisbon. For Sporting in Portugal. I've been watching... I've known a little bit about him, but recently I've gone to really do my research about it. It seems like a very, very prolific...
Yes.
Yeah, very, very prolific.
He plays like...
He can take on.
Yes, he plays like Haaland, but he's more of a... He holds the ball more than Haaland.
He's nowhere near like... I feel like he's a very, very solid competition for... Maybe not as a top main striker, but a worthy competition for a player like Gabriel Martinelli, right? It just fits that profile as someone who would bring an extra strength to that wing of Arsenal's play, so that not when there's no Martinelli, you now start that way. Trossard, so a player like Trossard can actually now play more in the middle, as against using Trossard and alternating between Trossard and Martinelli. I feel like it's either Trossard and Martinelli stays being alternated, and this new guy Victor goes forward, or Victor and Martinelli stays alternated and Trossard goes forward.
Yeah, there are rumors flying around in the transfer news where it says Real Madrid are going for Alphonso Davies of Bayern Munich.
It's always been a conversation they've had.
I feel. Do you see the possibility of that happening?
It's Real Madrid.
It's going to happen. It's Real Madrid. I think they want to get rid of Mendy, or maybe they need competition for Mendy and the left full back position. So it's going to be a good fit.
Man, this is not supposed to be legal in football. What Madrid are doing is not supposed to be legal. I'm telling you. Now, the team I pity the most is Barcelona. You get to play them every season from now. And mind you, Bellingham is like 20 years old. Tchouaméni is 21. They still have young stars.
Yeah.
Mbappe is 23. The other young boy from Brazil, what's his name? Hendrik. Hendrik is 18 years.
Is it
19 years.
They're building for
when
the future.
when Mbappe will get to 30 years, Hendrik will be 21 years or 22 years. That's how crazy Madrid are going out for these young stars. They have so many promising players. And there was a time there were rumors flying around. Madrid were they're looking at the possibility of taking Trent Arnold from Liverpool. If they do that, see, I feel we need to go to FIFA headquarters to protest. This is bullying. It will turn outright bullying. No, it's not a funny thing. You go there, they laugh, they can't collect Saka. I don't need to. That's true now. You go there. It's possible.
A good player.
No, he's a good player. He's a youngster too. He's a youngster.
Please, I beg.
He's a youngster. You go there, they laugh now. They really play so good for your team.
I'm surprised that you are.
You would just say one day Saka go there, they do Shakara.
My guy, I'm just surprised that you are rating Saka now.
I never downgraded him. I never counted him out.
Yeah,
I just said he's not up to Salah's level, and that is on period. That's facts.
Okay, that's true. That's true. For now,
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So I mean,
But he
there's
has
no.
a ceiling though.
Yeah, let him get there. Let him get there. There's no doubt. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
So we've gotten to the end of today's episode of the Center Circle podcast. And before we go, I need to ask you guys one question each.
Oh, God damn it.
This is not a quiz. No. This is not a quiz. But I just want to get I want to hear your opinion.
Okay.
Now, what do you guys feel? I mean, recently, the Premier League had a meeting where they wanted like a vote if they should scrap the VAR. Or they should, do you guys think that should ever be a topic?
Don't
Exactly. That's how I feel. It shouldn't even.
We have moved past
human error.
We have moved past ranting.
The Premier League is the
VAR or
most
not.
horrific. I mean, it's the most terrible league when it comes to referee decision. We've seen so many handballs go unnoticed. We've seen offside goals counted. We've seen so many two leg tackles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
two leg tackles given as a continued play or whatever it is. The Premier League is not even shouldn't even be the league.
We shouldn't even be having a conversation
No,
about
that's
that.
crazy.
If you take out the VAR from the EPL, right?
It will
it's
become a
just
cartel.
another
It will become a
MPFL.
mafia league because it is already looking like a mafia league with the
So I guess
VAR.
you have our answers already.
So I mean that's a unanimous answer.
VAR
Fantastic.
stays.
Okay, we've heard that from my humble self, Chappie Chase, and from my lovely guests,
Why
the
is this
bad
guy licking
guys.
his lips? I don't understand. This guy just licking his lips and everything. But shout out to everybody
you're-
who's watching.
I mean, you can see the temperature here is icy cold, and
Is it?
yeah, it is.
I mean, it's
so
you're doing fantastic with Patrick's job today. Patrick,
well, I hope Patrick, as you can see, I'm handling your position. I know after your celebration with the United victory, you're still going to celebrate Madrid's Champions League triumph.
Leave that guy.
So until you're back, we're here. We're missing you. We're praying for
I'm
your
not
good
missing
health.
him, man. Maybe
I mean,
back
we
home. He's coming
we
next week. That's all I'm saying, man.
we hope you get back healthy, hearty, and strong.
But yeah,
I mean, we wish you the best. We're missing you, and
I'm not missing him. Speak for
you're not
yourself.
gonna miss out. You don't win anything now. Like people will miss out.
Speak for yourself, bro.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Center Circle Podcast.
All right, guys.
God bless you all.
Peace.
Catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys.